Hello everyone, I'm Relay and welcome to an episode of 999. Yeah, let's continue. 3 endings left. I want to finish this game soon. It's just took too long. I just want to finish it. I want all the answers.
Actually, before we get started, I was hoping you could do something for me.
I actually forgot what happened last time. Let's see. The atmosphere in the room changed. Grief was triggered by tension like a sharp stretch to its limit. 5 seconds away. Blah blah blah. I see. Okay. I remember. Okay. Junpei stopped in front of door 3 and turned around.
Ace, 7, and Lotus, could you please place your palms on the red?
Huh?
Why? If we need to get to the shower room, why don't we just...
No, we're not going inside. Once you've authenticated, step away from the door.
Why?
Please, just do it. Or perhaps you don't want to know who killed Snake and Clover.
Junpei's implication was clear, and Seven understood perfectly.
Fine.
Is he going to do the same trick he did in one of the other playthroughs?
What about you, Ace, Lotus?
Very well.
Sure.
I like how they actually spent time designing everyone's hands so they look different. It's a very nice attention to detail. For example, in Danganronpa, most of the hands just look the same. They usually look very similar, but the eyes are very different. And in this game, well, in this game the hands are very different. I actually don't know if the eyes have details in this game. I didn't really pay attention to the character's eyes in 999, but they are probably not very unique since they didn't catch my attention. Anyway, let's go. Quickly, they pressed their palms onto the red. Once they had finished, they stepped away from the door as Junpei had instructed. 3 asterisks shone from the red's display panel.
I have this idea. I don't think this device responds to a hand placed on it. It instead reacts to a bracelet being brought close.
Ah,
You don't actually need a hand.
I see. Junpei approached it and held his bracelets over the scanner. He made quite sure he didn't place his palm on it, and instead only brought his bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk appeared,
I knew it.
just as Junpei had expected. It was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the red, so long as the bracelet was brought near it. Junpei pulled the lever down. Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 long seconds passed. And door shut, unfed. Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. By the way, my friend told me that the timer on the basis doesn't start unless you enter the room, enter the door, so I guess that's this is when you learn it. Or I guess they probably said this before, but I just forgot, and I guess this is just a reminder. Santa and June had joined them as well.
Huh?
It looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into the conversation yet. Yeah, I guess their eyes are different, but not to the extent of Danganronpa. Before long, the other 3 did as well.
What was that about?
How should I know?
Clearly, they were all expecting some answers.
Thanks. I appreciate your cooperation.
Clearly, they'd hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued.
By the way, Ace, would you mind if I asked you something?
What is it?
Do you know who I am?
What? What kind of question?
Just answer it, please. Who am I?
You're Junpei, of course. Who else would you be?
Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. Actually, I'm Santa.
Wait, what? Ah, I see. Okay. He's testing for that disorder thing. I forgot its name. That face thing.
What?
Ace's voice was full of surprise, but it was also tinged with confusion and fear. Everyone else looked nearly as surprised. Santa looked especially shocked to discover he was actually someone else. If he spoke, however, the trap would be exposed. Junpei quickly continued.
The clothes I'm wearing, I borrowed from Junpei. And the clothes he's wearing are mine. We had a little swap.
That's ridiculous. Impossible.
So, you're saying I'm not Santa?
Of course you aren't.
Why? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa?
If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now.
I see. So, he's going by that logic instead of the face. So I guess that proves Junpei's theory.
1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 equals 19. 1 plus 9 would be 10. The digital route would be 1. But the 4 of us just opened door 3. You can't possibly be Santa. Your bracelet number isn't 3.
It's 5, right?
Only then, when it was too late, did Ace realize his mistake. He set his jaw and glared at Junpei.
You're exactly right. My bracelet number is 5.
As he spoke, Junpei lifted his wrist up to show everyone that bright red 5 on his wrist.
Sorry, Ace. I tricked you. Of course, I'm not really Santa. I'm Junpei. Who could possibly think I was? It's obvious I'm not. To think I was? Ridiculous. But I guess you couldn't see just how obvious it was. I asked you before, didn't I? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa? And you answered. If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. Most people wouldn't say something like that. The first thing that would come to anyone else's mind wouldn't be the bracelet number. There'd only be one thing they'd say. One sentence. You don't have his face. Ace, you have prosopagnosia, am I right?
Junpei's soul was quiet and calm. He knew the truth, so did Ace.
Prosopagnosia?
The others looked confused.
What's that? No clue.
Prosopagnosia is...
He heard Lotus begin to explain it to them. Ace glanced at them, then turned back toward Junpei and sighed.
Very well. I confess. I have prosopagnosia. I cannot differentiate human faces. Is that what this was about? You want to mock me for my disorder?
No, not at all. I'm not making fun of you at all. In fact, I feel kind of bad for you. No, the reason I brought this up is that there's an excellent chance the person who killed Snake has prosopagnosia.
Oh. Ace's face tightened, his eyes narrowed.
What do you mean?
Junpei leaned casually against the iron piping in one of the beds. Off one of the beds.
I'll just come right out with it. I think it was you, Ace. You killed him.
Oh, I see, getting right to the point. Interesting. Junpei was suddenly very aware of 5 pairs of eyes on him. He had their undivided attention now. The room had grown very, very quiet. Junpei took a deep breath.
That's ridiculous. What possible evidence do you...
I have 3 pieces of evidence. The first, think back to a few hours ago. You made us argue over the 3 doors here in the big hospital room. There was no way all 7 people could go through them. Lotus suggested that we sacrifice one of us.
Lotus looked away awkwardly. Junpei glanced at her and continued.
Then you, Ace, said, I'll stay here.
Huh.
Why would you say something like that? It's pretty simple, really. You didn't want us to see the dead body in the shower room. You see? If Ace stayed behind, there were only 2 doors the rest of us could go through. Doors 7 and 8.
Ah.
There was no way we could get through door 3, the shower room. You knew that, didn't you, Ace? That's why you volunteered to stay behind.
Come on now. I think that's going a bit far. I can understand if you're jealous of my bravery, but please don't devalue my actions. I only wanted to save the rest of you. Surely you can understand my altruism.
Altruism, huh?
Junpei stared off into the darkness at something very interesting and lazily began to dig a persistent bit of wax out of his ear.
You already knew, didn't you? You knew that whichever doors we took, eventually we'd end up back in the big hospital room.
What on earth are you saying? Of course I didn't know that. How could I have?
Really?
Yes.
Pleading was not something they'd heard from Ace before. Junpei pulled a piece of wax from his ear, glanced at it, and flicked it off into darkness. Why are we reading this? Like, there was any reason for the writer to actually write this? Why?
Oh well, that's cool. I've still got 2 more pieces of evidence that say you're the killer. The second is that, as I said earlier, you have prosopagnosia.
Then you mean to imply that a person who can't distinguish human faces must be a bad person? Junpei, they call that prejudice.
No, I am not that stupid.
Then why?
No, I am not that stupid, he says. Well, I doubt that. Okay, maybe I'm being too hard on Junpei, but I don't know, I still don't like him that much. He needs to do a bit more redemption for me to like him.
Well, before I explain, I suppose there's something I should tell you.
And I still like Ace, I hope he's not the killer.
The corpse in the shower room. It's not Snake's.
What?
Ace's face went pale. The others looked confused as well, but the body wasn't Snake's.
I didn't put it together right away, but there was something Clover told me. She said that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. He'd lost his real arm in an accident. But the body we saw in the shower room, let's call him Guy X. Guy X's left arm was definitely flesh and blood. In other words, Guy X couldn't possibly have been Snake.
Oh God. No. That's impossible.
Ace had started muttering deliriously to himself, shaking his head back and forth. Junpei was long past caring.
Let's say, hypothetically, that the killer didn't have prosopagnosia. If that were the case, he would immediately realize that Guy X wasn't Snake. Even if the clothes were the same as Snake's, their faces would be completely different. It would have been obvious they were different people. And yet, they still killed him. Why? Why would they kill a stranger who'd only just shown up? On the other hand, if the killer did have prosopagnosia, it makes sense. They thought Guy X was Snake and killed him.
Wait. Wait just a moment. Let's say you're right, and I mistook Guy X for Snake. Even if I did, I would have had no motive to kill him. Why would I want to kill Snake?
I can think of at least 2 motives. 1, Snake knew about your past. If he ever revealed what he knew, that would have been really bad for you. You really didn't want that to happen. So to make sure Snake's mouth stayed shut, you killed him. 2, Snake had a grudge against you. You knew that, or at least you could have easily assumed he did. Even without exposing your identity, he was a threat to you. You never knew when you might be attacked. You couldn't ever let your guard down. Every moment was a moment he might try something.
What the hell is going on?
You didn't want that kind of danger hanging over you. So you...
Hey, hold on a minute.
For the first time since the beginning of Junpei's explanation, someone beside Ace spoke.
What's the past that Ace wouldn't want us to know? Why did Snake have a grudge against him?
Look at this.
He handed Santa a small piece of paper.
What's this piece of paper?
Santa squinted at the paper and began to read.
The nonary game was played once before 9 years ago. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO Gentaro Hongo. What is this?
Slowly, Santa looked up from the paper. His eyes met Junpei's.
It's the message from Zero. It was in the safe in the first class cabin.
Then, suddenly...
Give me a break!
Oh, shit. I thought someone got killed there or something, but apparently he was just hitting something from anger. Okay. Ace's face was red and shaking, and his voice was full of fury tinged with desperation.
That paper is a lie! Someone is trying to frame me!
Me. You said me, right?
Ah. Junpei's eyes narrowed, and the trap began to close. Ace inhaled sharply, his eyes flicked off of Junpei to anything else.
Wouldn't that mean you're admitting you're Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals? Or am I mistaken?
It was as though a switch had been flipped. By the way, what was the guy's first name? Gentaro Hongo. Okay. It was as though a switch had been flipped. The color drained from Ace's face, and as he realized what he'd done, his eyes went wide.
Very well. I admit that much. I am certainly the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical, Gentaro Hongo. So what if I am? I don't know anything about this nonary game that supposedly took place 9 years ago. Everything on that scrap of paper is bullshit. Someone is trying to set me up, you see?
I forgot something again. What was the paper exactly saying? It was planned by, okay.
First of all,
He stammered as he tried desperately to work himself to a more tenable position.
Junpei, you're claiming I did this all by myself. Think that over, all right? How could I have killed Snake all by myself?
Not Snake. It was Guy X.
I don't care who it was. You said the killer put this other man into door 3, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Then I couldn't have possibly done that alone. I couldn't have opened door 3 with only myself and Guy X.
Nope. You could have.
Huh?
What?
His face was tight and his teeth were clenched. Junpei fixed him with a level stare. The trap was about to close.
Actually, Ace, when you were unconscious, I took something from you. Remember when you were injected with that anesthetic and fell asleep in the big hospital room? Yeah, back then, I took this.
What did Junpei take? Junpei put his hand into his pocket.
No! You couldn't have!
Ace's right hand moved. Junpei smiled.
I got you, Ace. Your right hand there tells me all I needed to know.
Wait, what?
You want to tell me what you were so worried about? What's in your pocket? It's the number 9 bracelet, isn't it?
Oh! I see.
Ace, Guy X, and the 9th man's bracelet. That was all you needed to open door 3.
1 plus 2 plus 9 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Okay, maybe Junpei is smart. Okay. I didn't think of that.
That's how you killed Guy X all by yourself, Ace. All you needed was the number 9 bracelet in your chest pocket.
Ace lowered his hand from where it had stopped, halfway to his pocket. He looked down at the floor, his face hidden from Junpei. All he could see was the corner of Ace's mouth, twitching like a dying fish.
If you want to play innocent, that's fine by me. Go ahead, tell me. I don't have the bracelet, if that's what you want to do. But if you could take off your coat and hand it to me, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, we'll have to take it from you by force. Right, Seven?
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure.
Seven cracked his knuckles with a sound like gunfire. Shit. Okay. Okay, he's doing a crazy bad guy laugh, I guess. I guess Ace was a bad guy after all, and I was mistaken by liking him. Fuck. I really liked him. Well. Oh well, let's continue. I guess I wish I had liked him more. Like, I wish he had gotten more screen time, so I actually liked him more than I already did. I really liked him, but I wish I knew more about him, and I wish this was more impactful. Since I would have liked him more, knew about him more, but it doesn't really feel that impactful right now. It really doesn't. It's like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't impact me that much right now, finding out that he's bad. But still kind of disappointed that a character I liked turned out this way. Well, let's continue. He threw his arms wide and his head back and laughed, filling the room with a sound that scarcely belonged there. Then it stopped. His arms came down and his head dropped to look straight ahead at Junpei. Oh shit. His face was
Well
flat
done,
and cold.
Junpei.
Oh. His face was flat and cold, devoid of any emotion. Oh shit, okay. I was about to say maybe there's still a little bit of a chance that that he turns out to be someone that's not too bad, but Or maybe we are mistaken or something. I thought maybe there could be a little bit of a chance, but after that voice line and that face, I guess we're fucked.
As you so correctly deduced, I have the number 9 bracelet. I retrieved it while we were searching for the missing hardware for the red. I left the room I was supposed to search and headed to the first-class cabin on B deck.
His voice showed no emotion, no sense of remorse or interest. It was almost bored, as though he were reciting an especially dull corporate letter.
My purpose was to obtain the number 9 bracelet. 9 is a potent ally in the nonary. Adding 9 to any set of numbers won't alter the digital root.
Ah, I see. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 2 plus 9 equals 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 3 plus 9 blah blah blah.
As you can see, 9 is a very useful number here. With it, one can go anywhere, with anyone. It is, I suppose you could say, a game changer. So I made for the first-class cabin to obtain it. In mere moments, I successfully acquired the number 9 bracelet. There was also an unexpected bonus. The knife the 9th man had used.
Oh, shit.
I quickly pocketed both of them and left.
I guess Clover's killer is Ace as well then.
I made my way back to where I was expected to be.
I was worried Clover's killer could be Snake, but I guess it's Ace then, because he took the knife.
That's when I ran into Snake. Well, this guy X, actually. I spotted him ahead of me. He was heading for the large hospital room and hadn't noticed me. The man wearing Snake's clothes arrived at door 3. When he stopped, I walked up behind him and called out, "Snake." He turned around.
Oh, interesting. So his hair was... Wait. According to this thing, his hair was not white, it was a darker color. So... You would think that Ace would notice that, but... I guess maybe he's just maybe he just conditioned himself to not pay attention to heads overall, so I guess maybe he didn't realize Snake had white hair, I don't know.
He said nothing. His mouth simply hung half open. He seemed dazed somehow, almost like a man half asleep. Perhaps he had been drugged. It wasn't important. I tend to gloss over little things like that. I was certain that man was Snake. I knew Snake had taken part in the nonary game 9 years ago. Being blind, it made sense that he didn't recognize me immediately upon our first meeting. But why then hadn't Snake said anything to me later? Surely he hadn't forgotten what had happened to him in the nonary game. But not once did he attempt to confront me. Did his lack of sight prevent him from fully recognizing who I was? Or perhaps Snake had conspired with Zero to deceive me. Regardless, he was a threat, and it was better to deal with him sooner rather than later.
Well, shit, yeah, I guess Ace is just... It can't be saved. He's the bad guy.
I had to get rid of him before he took action. With quick thinking, my plan went into motion immediately. I held the number 9 bracelet over the red. I waved my own bracelet in front of the red, and then grabbed Snake's arm and shoved his hand against the scanner panel. The door opened. I threw the man through it. 9 seconds later, the door shut. 81 seconds passed.
The man inside the door passed away.
After that, I returned to my post as though nothing had happened.
Huh, interesting. So, in actuality, the fake Snake, the guy X, was killed after the real Snake had gone missing. So, It's not as if Snake went missing because he died. It was always that even if Guy X was Snake, Snake would have died after he had gone missing. That's interesting.
After conducting my own search, I returned to the large hospital room when the 1 a.m. bell rang.
Ace's eyes were cold and his cheeks were hollow and pallid. When he spoke, only his lips and tongue moved. The rest of his face was eerily still. Junpei glared at Ace. He took a deep breath and thought about the next question he had to ask. He didn't want to. He knew what the answer would be. He just didn't want to hear it. Did you kill Clover? Junpei swallowed, then spoke.
Ace, did you kill Clover?
Yes.
Fuck.
Why? Why did you kill her?
She was Snake's sister. It was possible he had told her something dangerous. Additionally, she had gone through door 1. It seemed likely she might have found it.
Found what?
Why don't you go through door 1 yourself? Perhaps it's hidden somewhere.
What is in door 1? Seven Aldorus interrupted.
Yeah, but Lotus and I went through door 1 too.
We didn't see anything suspicious.
Yes. I thought as much after I heard your report at the central stairs. I doubt the two of you could find it.
Hmm?
Huh?
But perhaps Clover was different. Perhaps she had found it. I was, therefore, desperate to find her.
Maybe she found that paper with the riddle? Maybe?
And at last I did, in the first-class cabin. I spoke very calmly. Did you see it?
See what?
Don't act as if you don't understand. You were in the captain's quarters, weren't you?
Uh-huh. What are you talking about?
Very well. By the way, what are you doing here, Clover?
What? Nothing.
There's blood on your shoes. It looks fresh.
Okay, so just a random thought before we continue with this. So, the captain, the guy with the 0 bracelet in the captain's quarters, his clothes look similar to Snake's clothes. So maybe that's why Guy X was also wearing Snake's clothes. Maybe Snake just happened to have some connection to the ship other than it being here 9 years ago. Maybe he had some connection to the ship and he wore some kind of uniform, maybe? I don't know. Just a random thought. Anyway, let's continue. Why was there blood on Clover's shoes?
Did you go take a look at the 9th man's corpse?
Ah.
I see. Your silence suggests that you noticed. You saw something, didn't you? You saw that his bracelet was gone.
Oh, I see. Okay, Ace was talking about her noticing the bracelet was gone.
No!
Clover ran. She made for exit, but Ace stood in her way.
You aren't going anywhere.
He caught her by the collar as she passed and threw her to the floor, hard.
You're staying here.
No!
She leapt back up, and darted past him into the hallway. Ace followed her on.
Don't you run, little girl.
He was faster. Oh shit.
That was how I killed Clover.
His face hadn't changed. If he felt guilt or remorse or anything one might feel after taking the life of another human being, it didn't show.
You son of a bitch!
Seven's whole body trembled with rage and his voice rumbled with hate. Oh, what is that voice? It just doesn't sound serious at all. Santa's eyes were bloodthirsty, and those and June's faces were distorted by anger and hatred. Ace looked at them and smiled. It was a cold, cruel thing, with no humor in it. He shook his head and sighed.
I admit it. I've lost. I have lost. Completely and utterly. Don't misunderstand, Junpei. I didn't lose to you. I lost to Zero, not you. I'm rather disgusted with myself for falling into such a simple trap. I looked the fool. And it was a trap, make no mistake. I was trapped and manipulated by Zero. The man I killed in the shower room, if he wasn't Snake, then I have no idea who he was. But he was wearing Snake's clothes, and that was no coincidence.
I guess my theory about the uniform thing is false then.
He had also been injected with something that reduced his cognition and prevented him from identifying himself or resisting me. And we can't forget the components that were removed from the Red before we arrived. I have no doubt that Zero planned all of this. Zero made sure I would kill that man. It follows, of course, that Zero knew everything I would do. That I would try to take the number 9 bracelet. That I would try to kill Snake. Everything.
I guess maybe Zero planned to kill the, or rather, planned to have the ninth man die from the beginning then. Maybe. Suddenly, Junpei remembered the paper he'd found in the safe. He remembered the last words Zero had written on it. But how could he know that the ninth man would die like that? Like, there were too many variables there. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved, I now state the truth. Zero. And he remembered other verse he heard from Clover.
I think Zero is one of us.
Huh?
Is Zero Snake then, maybe? One by one, Junpei looked at the 5 people standing in front of him. Ace, Santa, June, 7, or maybe it's 7. Yeah, 7 seems more plausible. Lotus.
Zero is one of us.
Actually, it could be Lotus as well, because, you know, her children were in the last Honor game, I think. Or maybe not in the last Honor game, but they were at least captured by Cradle Pharmaceuticals. So, yeah. It could be Lotus, Snake, or 7. One of those 3.
No. Wait. There's one more person.
I guess he's a
Snake.
leading Snake then.
The man who died in the shower room isn't Snake. That means he's almost certainly still alive. Maybe Snake is Zero. Maybe he made Guy X wear his clothes so that we'd all think he was dead. Where's Snake now? What if he's off somewhere laughing at us? If he is Zero, he must have been lying to us about everything else. Is he watching us?
But, so the thing is, I kinda like Snake as well. I don't want him to be Zero. I'm not mad about him making the Honor game. The new Honor game, or rather. I'm not mad about that. If he is Zero, I'm mad about him letting his sister die. So I hope he is not Snake. I hope he is not Zero, I mean. I hope he's not Zero, because that would mean he let his sister die, if that's the case. But, I don't know. Maybe he didn't let his sister die. Maybe it was an accident. I don't know. Let's just continue. By accident, I mean like maybe he wasn't watching at that point when Clover was killed, and maybe he didn't predict that it could happen or something. I don't know.
Well, I believe I've finished with my confession. Why don't we get moving?
My cat is meowing, so I should probably tend to him. Just wait a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for leaving. I'm not going to bother editing that part out. Just imagine this is a live stream or something. Yeah, okay, let's continue. Whoops. Okay, now let's continue. He sounded as if he just finished doing nothing more exciting than scraping the weather. Or weather. Weather. For Santa, it was last straw.
What the hell is this shit? You aren't going anywhere, you son of a bitch! We're gonna leave your ass here to rot!
Why? Because I killed Clover?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Why are you so upset that I killed the little bitch?
You are the little bitch for calling her that.
She was nothing to you. A stranger you only met a few hours ago. Am I wrong?
Okay. I liked Ace, but I guess the game is just the game is just throwing everything at us to make us hate him, I guess. You fucking son of a bitch.
You bastard!
Someone roared and lifted a fist that would likely have shattered Ace's jaw. But someone else was faster. Oh, it was Lotus. She stepped toward Ace, raised a fist of her own. Oh, and drove straight into his nose. Get her, Lotus.
Blindsiding me with a punch, huh? You've got some fire, don't you?
Lotus is not one of my favorite characters, but positive points for that punch.
I confess, I rather like a tough woman.
Fucking hell, come on! What the fuck? He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow.
Well, maybe you'd like another one then.
Before that, let me give you one of my own.
Huh?
Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Oh shit, it's going to hit him. Or hit her, I mean. Oh, fuck. He has the knife. Fuck, he has the knife. Fuck. Fuck. I don't want to read this. The next line. Fuck. Is this another bad end? Is Lotus going to die? Shit. Okay, let's just continue. Ace snaked his arms around her and pulled Lotus back up against him. In the same motion, he reached into his coat pocket. Oh! It was a gun. Oh.
If any of you so much as blink, I won't hesitate to pull this trigger.
Oh. Shit. Okay. That's even worse. The gun is in... It was the gun, the revolver. Almost lazily, he tilted it to a point at Lotus' head. Okay, this is even worse than knife because it's a projectile he can shoot from far away. So, yeah, someone get hurt more easily if they try to go against him.
I've already killed 3 people. Don't think I'm not ready to make it 4.
Who's the third person? There's Clover, the guy X. Who is the third person? Huh. Anyway.
3 people? What do you mean?
Very well. Let me take this opportunity to illuminate you.
Shit.
The person who killed the 9th man was me.
Really?
Although I suppose to be more accurate, I encouraged him to get himself killed.
Ah.
While we were examining the main staircase, he came to me and told me his name. I recognized it at once, so I gave him a little push. Just a little white lie. It seems the settings for the dead were altered. Now it only requires a single person to deactivate the detonator in the bracelet. Investigate what's beyond door 5. We'll meet again later. And with that...
Okay. Have a good one, guys.
You son of a bitch, Ace. What the hell?
I'm going off ahead now. Well then. Why is it stopping? God damn it!
You lied!
Oh, I
Open the
see.
door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh my god, oh my god! There's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here!
I wish she had given us more info then about the person's looks.
It was him! He killed me! It was him! Ah!
I had 4 reasons for killing him.
1.
As I said before, in the nonary game, the number 9 bracelet is of utmost importance. If I had allowed him to keep such a useful tool, he, or it, would have become a threat to me. As such, I decided that he should be eliminated early on.
2.
I wanted the number 9 bracelet. If I could manage to obtain it, I would be able to manipulate the game as I saw fit.
Okay, wait a sec, I just missed some lines. Because I was thinking about something else. As I said, blah 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 blah. Okay.
I would be unable to acquire the bracelet unless its owner was dead. That's the second reason. Even setting aside his number, he would have been nothing but trouble for me. He was aware of my past. He knew what happened here 9 years ago. It was important that I eliminate him before he was able to disseminate this information.
4.
Lastly, I wished to conduct a simple test. A test to see if this nonary game was serious, or a poor attempt at a joke. I needed to be quite sure. As such, I encouraged him to act against the rules so that I might observe the outcome.
I see, you fucking asshole. Junpei glared at him.
I don't get your third motive. What the hell happened 9 years ago?
Didn't I say? The nonary game was played. I planned it out, and I conducted its execution.
Why? What on earth was it supposed to do?
I don't really think I have any obligation to tell you that.
Ace smirked. He was trying to provoke them, and it was working. Although Ace had paid very little attention to Lotus after catching her, the gun had never wavered from her temple. She looked quite pale, and when she spoke, her voice shook.
Hey, what's with this gun? Where did he get this?
Why don't you tell her, Santa?
Santa ground his teeth and glared at Ace.
The other side of door 6, we found the gun in the coffin in the cargo room, right? Bastard must have grabbed it when we weren't looking.
Indeed I did. That was a pretty serious mistake, you know. Just saying you intended to leave it behind.
Ace laughed, a short, decisive snort, and he gave Junpei a signally pitying look.
Well, there isn't much time left. I'll be off then.
Well, where are you going?
Do I really need to explain? I had assumed it would be obvious. I have the number 9 bracelet, and now I have Lotus.
9 plus 8 plus 1 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
Wasn't there a door with a 9 on it in the room that looked like a church? That's where you're going, isn't it?
And how do you know that?
Santa told me about it while we were looking for Clover.
I see. Well, you are correct. That is my destination. But now I must say goodbye to all of you. Ah, and please, don't forget my warning. Move and I'll pull the trigger. I don't need her alive to open the door, you know.
Fucking asshole. As he spoke, Ace began backing toward the door, practically dragging Lotus behind him.
Shit! He's getting away!
But we can't risk it.
Junpei, Santa, June, and Seven stood, frozen. Ace had the face of a man gone mad. They had no doubt he would pull the trigger. Ace had reached the exits.
Now, Lotus, open the door for me if you would.
He forced Lotus to open it, then turned and addressed them once more.
Goodbye.
Then he stepped through the door. It fell shut. In the blink of an eye, they were gone.
Damn it!
As soon as Ace and Lotus were gone, Junpei and the others stepped for the door in pursuit of Ace. But as Junpei laid his hand on the doorknob... Fuck! Now's not the time, June. Fuck, why is everything going to shit? There was noise behind him. He looked over his shoulder. June was kneeling on the floor, breathing heavily.
Hey, June, what happened? Are you alright?
Santa ran to June and wrapped his arms around her before she could collapse all the way.
Jesus, you're burning up. Your fever's back. Are you okay?
June's fever had returned, again for no apparent reason. Her eyes were watery and her eyelids dropped. Her breath came in dry, shallow gasps.
I'm okay. Really, I'm fine. You should be worrying about Lotus.
She was breathing hard now, and she could barely summon the strength to talk.
But...
Junpei was torn. He couldn't leave June alone in the state she was in. But every moment they waited, Ace was farther away, Lotus' life in his hands. What was Junpei supposed to do? June's eyes drifted to Junpei's. She managed to muster a weak smile.
Jumpy, don't worry about me. I just need a little rest. I'll be fine. Don't you remember? I just needed to rest a little bit last time. So please, please save Lotus.
Think about what Ace has already done, Junpei. When he's got what he needs from Lotus, you really think he's just gonna let her walk away?
Damn it. You guys go on ahead. Soon as June starts feeling better, we'll follow you. Go!
Junpei looked at June. You know what? I really like how Lotus, Santa, and Seven all turned out to be good guys, or good people. Like they all seem suspicious and kind of like assholes at first, but all three of them turned out to be very nice people. And Ace seemed like a very nice person, and he turned out to be the scum of the earth. Yeah, I guess the good old switcheroo. But it was all the confirmation Junpei needed. His resolve was set.
Alright, come on, Seven. We're going after Ace.
Hell yeah!
Santa, you take good care of June. I'm trusting you.
Got it.
Santa nodded. Junpei turned before he had the chance to change his mind, Junpei turned before he had the chance to change his mind, and started running toward the door. He could hear Seven's heavy footsteps behind him.
Let's go!
Junpei and Seven exploded into the hallway, their feet pounding the metal door as they ran. Junpei and Seven had finally arrived at the church, exhausted and out of breath. As their lungs struggled to catch their breath, their eyes frantically scanned the room.
Where are they?
I don't see them.
You think they already went through?
He reached up to wipe a palm full of sweat from his brow.
Maybe.
Even as he spoke, Junpei was already on his way to the larger of the number 9 doors.
Let's check the red.
The display panel read vacant. He spun around and headed toward the smaller door. The display would tell him if Ace and Lotus had moved on the room.
Engaged. It's occupied.
That means Ace and Lotus went through here.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Junpei and Seven stepped away from the door. They retreated to the center of the room and began to talk.
What do we do now?
Yeah, what should we do? Well, the big door is still vacant, but...
The two of us can't do anything with it.
Yeah, not even counting how our digital route isn't 9.
Just then, as they were pondering what to do next, there was a noise. A noise like someone hitting a thick wooden panel.
What's that sound?
Oh, the coffin! Junpei looked up, surprised. Sam followed suit, his eyes jumping around the room, looking for the source of the sound.
It's coming from over there.
It sounds more like metal than wood, though, to me. It just, I don't know. It sounds more like metal, but they said it's wood, so it's probably the coffin. It was long before they found the altar. Or more precisely, what was on it.
The coffin.
Yeah.
Let's open it.
How?
By force!
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, you never know till you try, right? The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
I don't think it's time to get philosophical right now, Junpei.
Who said that?
I forget. Anyway, we've got to try.
Junpei and Seldom leapt at the coffin. They grabbed a hold of what purchase they could find and pulled.
Damn it!
See? Didn't I tell you? If you could just pull it open, why would it have something like that?
Sam pointed at the keypad on the side of the coffin.
Right. So unless I put in the right passcode, it's not gonna open.
The noise hadn't stopped. In fact, as it continued, it had only gotten louder and more forceful. What were they supposed to do, Junpei wondered.
Was there some sort of clue somewhere?
They stood there for a few moments staring at the coffin, and then Seven spoke. Maybe the patterns are a clue?
Hey, Junpei.
Or the pattern is a clue?
I remember you mumbling about some weird numbers over by the bathroom in the first-class cabin.
Ah.
You got those numbers by solving the secret message Clover was holding, right? Truth had gone, or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. What about it?
Well, maybe that number's the passcode for this thing, too.
I see.
Come on, that's impossible. Those numbers were the code to unlock that safe.
Yeah, but the person who set up that safe in this coffin is the same person, right? Zero set up both of these.
Yeah, probably.
Well, then they might have set the same passcode for both of them.
Yeah, but why would he reuse the same puzzle?
That's ridiculous.
Why don't you just try it? I mean, it's not like you'll make things any worse.
Yeah, I guess.
It'd just be a waste of time. There's no way they're the same number.
How do you know that? You never know until you try. The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
Nice one.
Who said that?
You.
Fine.
He knelt down in front of the keypad and looked at it. Perhaps because he repeated them so many times before, the numbers came easily to Junpei's mind.
1438 3421.
Quickly, he typed them in. 1438 3421. He checked that he'd entered the right numbers, took a deep breath, and pressed the E button. It only took a moment. Oh shit.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
There was a click. Who's inside is a snake? And with a heavy clunk, the lid of the coffin slid off onto the floor. Someone sat up from inside. It is!
Snake!
Huh, wait. I thought Snake's hair was white. Why is it, like, blonde here?
You? Why?
Ah, those voices. Junpei and Seven, unless I'm mistaken. Where are the others? Are they elsewhere?
Of course, there is no reason Snake would have known anything about where anyone else would be. Junpei and Seldom looked at one another. There was a great deal he needed to know, but they had to tell him something, however. So they began to talk. Snake explained to them how he came to be locked in the coffin. Apparently, he'd been hit with some sort of... Okay. I'm butchering this. Let me retry. Snake explained to them how he came to be locked in the coffin. Apparently, he'd been hit with some sort of knockout gas, and Junpei and Seldom explained what had happened to the rest of them.
I see. I believe I got the gist of everything.
Okay, his hair is white now, but was like blonde or brownish a bit ago. So I guess that's a bit of inconsistency in the arts of the game.
Have I been sufficiently caught up?
No, there was nothing they kept from him. There was one thing, however, that neither Seven nor Junpei could bring themselves to say. That Ace had killed Clover. They feared that if Snake knew, he might well go insane.
Yeah.
They decided as much by a look the moment Snake had climbed out of the coffin.
But that still doesn't explain why you were trapped in here.
We've still got no clue about Zero's true identity, let alone why the hell he's doing all this. Why did he put Guy X in Snake's clothes? Is all this stuff somehow related to that notary game that was played 9 years ago?
Hey, Snake, do you know anything?
Junpei put the question to Snake. His answer was less than illuminating.
What are you talking about? I apologize, but I have no idea what you're saying.
It seemed as though Snake was perhaps not being entirely honest, but that knowledge did Junpei and Cell little good.
Oh, come on, just tell us if you know.
I don't know what to tell you. How can I know something I don't?
No matter how many times they asked, he insisted that he knew nothing. It was becoming clear that Snake wouldn't give in, and every second they spent asking him was a second wasted.
This is bad. We're running out of time.
We need to go after Ace.
However, they stood in silence, the overpowering atmosphere of the chapel almost stifling. Junpei, Seven, and Snake simply stood, at a loss for what they should do next.
What do we do now?
He glanced over at Snake's dress. Wait, so 7 plus 5 equals 12. I can't do maths. 12. So that is 3, and then plus 2 is 5, so they can't go through. 9. Okay. Sure enough, he could see the 2 on the bracelet on Snake's wrist.
The three of us can't make a digital route of 9.
Yeah, we just get 5.
We're stuck here then.
Oh. Hey, I just remembered something.
Sam began patting his pockets, as if he were checking to see if any of them had anything.
What?
What is it?
I found something earlier.
What did you find?
This.
He'd finally found the pocket he wanted, and his hands dove into it. Sam pulled out something round and metal. Ah, the Zero bracelet, I see. There's no mistaking the number glowing at them from the face like a cartoon. There was no mistaking the number glowing at them from the face like a cartoon eye.
Zero's bracelet.
What did you say? Are you saying that 7 has the number 0 bracelet?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Snake's question was instant enough, but if he learned the truth, if he'd been able to see, he would have noticed Seven look away.
Clover gave it to me.
She did?
Yeah.
How did she come by it?
Well, she found it. See, on the other side of door 1, A deck, the captain's quarters. She asked me to hold on to it because it was too big and bulky for her to be lugging around.
He's lying.
Junpei could tell right away that Seven was telling the truth.
He even told us earlier.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing.
He probably said that so Snake doesn't find out about Clover.
Fuck, this is bad.
Alright, Junpei. Been nice knowing you.
I hope this is not the true ending. I don't want Clover to die in the true ending. I really hope this is not the true ending.
Wait, what?
7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 9.
Come on, man, I'm just kidding. Still, just in case, I want to make sure the Zero bracelet gets picked up by the Red. Snake, give me a hand, alright?
Without waiting for a response, he started walking toward the door. Junpei and Snake followed him quietly. Before long, they found themselves in front of the larger of the two doors. Seven and Snake put their palms on the red. Once they'd done that, Seven put the number 0 bracelet on the scanner panel as well. Huh, interesting. Snake's hand kinda looks like my hands. My hands have very large fingers as well. But my skin is not as pale as his. A third asterisk appeared on screen. 7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 9. Now they just need to pull the lever and the door would open.
Huh? Why isn't it opening?
Huh?
Well, the third asterisk lit up, so it must have registered the zero bracelet.
Maybe it isn't actually 0.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Do you mean like it is all maybe? What would all mean?
What?
Or maybe it's 10 or something, I don't know.
That bracelet may not actually produce the number 0 when scanned. That is what I'm saying.
Huh.
Why don't we try a few different combinations? Perhaps we can determine what number that bracelet actually contains.
Oh, got it!
Junpei nodded. They decided to use the following combination. What? What could the zero bracelet contain? Can I save here? Just in case. Actually, there's a flowchart, I don't need to save. So what could we do here? Snake plus Junpei plus the bracelets? So that would make 7 plus 0, but... Does it maybe negate one of the numbers? Maybe? I don't know. If it negates one of the numbers, then that would mean Snake plus Junpei plus 7, right? So that maybe it negates Junpei and it makes 9 again. Maybe, I don't know, let's try it.
Let's try all 3 of us and the bracelet.
Snake plus Junpei plus 7. Snake plus Junpei plus 7. 2 plus 5 plus 7 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5.
If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 4.
Nope.
It didn't open.
Then this bracelet is not 4.
Then...
Junpei continues. They decide to use the following combination. I guess let's try Snake plus Junpei plus the bracelet.
Let's try Snake, me, and the bracelet.
Snake plus Junpei equals 2 plus 5 equals 7.
If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 2.
Nope. The door didn't open. The mysterious bracelet wasn't 2.
Didn't open.
Guess it's not 2.
Then
I guess let's try the last option. Maybe it's not even any of these options. Maybe they're just going to say something else after we try all the options.
let's try me, 7, and the bracelet.
1 plus 2 equals 3.
If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 6.
They scan their bracelets. Oh, it worked, really.
It opened.
Yes, so it would seem.
7 clearly hadn't thought their experimentation would produce anything useful and looked rather confused. Snake was, as usual, calm and smug. Door slid closed. Junpei's forehead furrowed as he thought.
That means the bracelet is actually 6.
Why though? Like... Yeah, why?
But how is that possible? The display on the bracelet clearly shows a 0.
Suddenly, from somewhere far beneath them, they heard the creak and groan of tearing metal. Also, I like how the stuff we learn in these playthroughs confirm that the first bad ending we got, where there was that yandere Clover or something, it confirms that whatever Clover was doing, or why she was doing the stuff she did, it was all wrong, just it was not correct. So yeah, that was a waste. Glad that's just a bad ending and not the real one. Oh shit. With it came sound of water pouring into parts of the ship that had until recently been dry.
Oh man, that's not good. I guess our time's just about up, huh?
At any rate, we know now that the door can be opened. Let's go!
But, Snake, are you sure?
What about Santa and June and, well, Clover? Clover is dead, but Snake doesn't know that.
Yeah. You know that only Junpei and I can go through this way.
Oh, he gets behind as well. Okay, yeah, I forgot.
You needn't worry. I have a solution to this problem. My last resort. But if now is not the time for last resorts, then when?
Last?
Resort?
What is it? Well, I wish you would tell them before they go through. I want to know. Oh well. Junpei, Seven, and Snake ran, full tilt, down a long, straight hallway. They were headed for the stern of the ship and had no time for distractions. As they ran, Seven spoke.
Gotta admit, you really surprised me there, kid. I couldn't figure out how the hell you were gonna get out of that one. How come you didn't do that right off the bat?
As I told you, it was a last resort.
Oh, he did tell them. Tell them.
Had I used it at the beginning of the game, I would have come under a great deal of suspicion. I imagine that most people would have taken it to mean that I was Zero. Once they'd convinced themselves of that, I wasn't optimistic about my chances of making it out of here alive, let alone unscathed. I felt it best to play my cards close to the chest, as it were. That way, if I were in a situation where there was nothing else I could do, I'd have a little trick up my sleeve. I'd just take my bracelet off.
Wait, what? Snake's plan had been simple but effective. It simply removed his bracelet. How? To Junpei, it looked as though Snake had simply crushed the bones of his hand until they were small enough to fit through the wristband. Of course, that would have been practically impossible, so how had I done it?
My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm.
Interesting, very interesting, but that would still be pretty dangerous to do. Like, there was a chance that the bracelet could just set off the bomb when removed like that. They didn't know that it wouldn't, so it was real dangerous for him to do, but I guess it worked. But this means they left behind Santa and June, and in Snake's mind they also left behind Clover, so why? Like, they should have at least told them, right? Like, I'm not saying they should have brought those people with them, but they should have at least told them, right? Anyway, let's just continue. Snake had slid the bracelet off and tossed it into the coffin.
I know this is kind of a weird thing to say, but I'm glad that's a fake arm.
You don't have to be afraid of the door if you don't got a bracelet.
You are correct.
He walked through the door easily without authenticating. He stopped out the other side unscathed and began running down the hall alongside Seven and Junpei. They kept running for a while longer and eventually came upon a set of stairs leading downward on the right side of the hallway. So, what if... So he left the bracelets on the coffin, right? So what if someone later puts the bracelets inside one of the rooms? Would that just remotely activate the bomb inside Snake? Just at a random time? I don't know. Maybe that's what's going to happen. That's maybe it doesn't matter, I don't know. Let's just continue. They stopped and peered down the staircase.
I think these stairs connect to the bottom deck.
Doesn't look like it's underwater.
They nodded quickly to under and jogged down the stairs. It took only a few minutes to make their way to the bottom deck. There was a single hallway in front of them, at the end of which was a single door.
Let's go through that door.
Junpei threw it open. Is this another last escape room? Inside was a massive iron gate. A plate was affixed to the top of it. It read Incinerator.
Incinerator?
Oh my. That doesn't sound very pleasant. Do you see a lever near the gate, perhaps?
Yeah, right over here.
How did you know that?
Well, I'd be happy to regale you with the story. I imagine it should only take half a day or so.
Junpei grumbled, gave Snake a dirty look, and jiggled over to the lever.
If you pull it, the door ought to open.
Got it.
He pulled the lever down. With the rumble of an ancient motor, the door opened. There was no need to hold back and no time to hesitate. They pushed their way inside. Standing in front of them were Ace and Lotus. Oh. Shit. I guess they led to the same place then. Fuck. Ace still had the revolver in his hand. It was still pressed hard against Lotus' temple. Let me just do this real quick. It was still pressed hard against Lotus' temple. A small dark bruise had begun to form near the tip. Even from several yards away, Junpei could see that Lotus was shaking. She was terrified, but perhaps more interesting was that what Junpei saw behind them. 9. Another number 9 door.
What? Why?
So I guess that was a false hope. So there were 2 9 doors. So they were like, yay, we can all escape from this place. If they were all alive, that is. And then in the end, there was only 1 9 door. Again.
Why is there another one?
The door stopped Junpei in his tracks. It simply shouldn't have been there. As his brain finally began to consider why. The whine of a warning klaxon filled the air, drowning out any thought.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 9 minutes.
Fuck.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Oh my, how exciting. You've run quite a show here, Zero.
A terrifying smile twisted Ace's face.
What's the matter? Too frightened to understand? Here, let me explain.
It's said that the incineration system is about to activate. In 9 minutes, this room will be engulfed in flame.
Who are you?
You don't recognize me? I'm hurt. It's me, Snake.
Snake? Yes, you are alive. I'm afraid your bizarre style had me confused. I'm quite glad to see that you're alive.
So I guess Ace doesn't really pay attention to voices, he just pays attention to clothes. Okay. Ace's voice didn't change. Snake ground his teeth.
If you don't mind my asking, how did you get here? Snake, Junpei 7. The 3 of you couldn't have opened a door with a 9. Did you use Clover's bracelet, perhaps?
What?
Oh shit, fuck. 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 4 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
Ah, well, your reaction suggests that you did not.
Hold on. Why did you think we'd have Clover's bracelet?
Junpei felt his chest tighten.
Oh, they haven't told you?
Told me what?
Clearly not.
Fuck. This is bad. Not now. Fuck.
Normally I would take some time and enjoy the moment. But I'm afraid my time is at a premium just now. I'll have to make this quick. Clover.
Don't do it, Ace! Keep your goddamn mouth shut!
Clover.
I said stop it! Don't listen to him, Snake!
Junpei could feel his voice going hoarse, but Snake didn't listen to him.
What happened to Clover?
Ace looked at him. The corner of his mouth curled into the hope of a cruel smile.
Clover died.
Fuck. The color left Snake's face. He shook his head weakly.
No, that's not true. That's impossible. It's a lie. It has to be a lie.
Oh, it's quite true, I can assure you of that. I killed her myself, you see.
What?
Snake, don't do anything reckless, please. Also, he opened his eyes for the first time. Fuck.
I'm sorry, did I stutter? I killed her.
Snake's face twisted into a mask of rage, mottled red rising to dot his pale skin. His entire body shook. He looked to Junpei, disturbingly like a demon.
I would have rather she died with less suffering. A bullet in her brain, perhaps, would have been ideal. Unfortunately, that would have made quite a bit of noise. Circumstances being what they were, I was forced to settle for the knife. The one the ninth man had, you remember.
This is bad.
I believe I caught her just below the shoulder blade. I was rather lucky, in fact. My first thrust went right between her
Don't
ribs.
describe it in that detail.
Her flesh was so
No.
soft. My knife slid in so easily. There was no resistance.
No.
That feeling was... I confess, I feel rather excited. It is a powerful memory.
You fucking son of a bitch.
Someday, perhaps, I hope I can feel it again.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
I'm going to kill you.
Snake's words were a guttural growl, barely audible.
What was that?
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Ah, so you're going to kill me. Please do. Come now. I'm waiting.
Don't do it! Don't listen to him, Snake! Stop it, kid. He's screwing with your head.
Is there a problem? What are you waiting for, boy? Don't you want me to send you to join your sister?
Don't! The Snake! Don't do it!
But Snake could no longer hear them. Snake could no longer hear anything. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, this is bad. And Ace is pointing at him. Snake is probably going to get shot. Snake moved like a bolt of lightning. His scream echoed through the incineration chamber, full of rage and despair.
Snake! Snake!
Yeah. Another scream filled the room. It was Lotus. She ran across the room toward Junpei, her eyes wide with terror.
Lotus! Hurry! This way!
Snake's ill-fated attack had loosened Ace's grip on her, and she'd made a run for it. She saw Seven and Junpei and ducked behind them.
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
Give me the woman.
It's interesting how it was like 7 minutes. Like, we have 7 here, and now 5 minutes we have Junpei here. And maybe the next time it's going to call out, it's going to say 2 minutes and then 1 minute. But I guess it didn't say 8 minutes. So, maybe it's just coincidence. Well, I guess this is a bad ending, because Snake died. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. Is this a true ending? Is the true ending really this bad? I don't know. I just don't know anything anymore. He raised the gun.
I need her. Without her bracelet, I will be unable to open this door.
1 plus 8 plus 9 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
Quickly now! I don't have time for your shenanigans.
In the center of the room, Snake's body lay eerily still. He looked like a human larvae. Or larvae. It's pronounced like larvae, right? Or is it larva? I don't know. Or maybe it was larvae the... whatever, let's just continue. Prone and vulnerable on the floor.
I see. Then it would seem I have no choice. The rest of you must die as well. Fortunately, I have 5 bullets left. 1 for Junpei, another for Lotus, and the last 3 for that lump of idiotic man you call Seven. I will take Lotus's body with me and leave this room.
Incineration will begin in 4 minutes.
Well, it looks as though our time together is at an end. I rather enjoyed playing with you.
Damn it!
Junpei could see Ace's finger tighten. He could see it begin to squeeze down on the trigger. His body tensed, preparing for the catastrophic impact of the hot lead against human flesh. Well, there are 3 people. They could probably overpower him. Overpower Ace, but one of them would probably die in the process. But it's better than all of them dying.
Goodbye.
Then it happened.
Kill you.
Snake stood up.
What? No, that's impossible.
New music. For the first time, Ace's composure broke. With obvious effort, Snake lunged forward, one step closer to Ace. Then another. He looked for all the world like a zombie.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
His voice was a mournful wailing of the undead.
Stay away from me. Get back. Stop. If you come any closer, I'll... Get away from me.
Little by little, Ace was retreating. Snake didn't stop. He continued stiff, inexorable approach, his eyes twin pools of pure fury.
Listen to me. I said, don't come any closer.
Why is Ace afraid of him though? Like, doesn't he have 5 bullets? He can just kill them all if he wanted. Why is he scared?
Shit! You bastard!
Oh. I see. Maybe Snake is going to keep walking after all the 5 shots. Maybe that's what's going to happen. And then his strength was gone, his legs crumbled and he was broken, and battered body slid to the floor.
Incineration will begin in 3 minutes.
Finally, you're...
But Snake wasn't done.
I'll kill you.
Even as the pool of blood beneath him grew, he began to move. He half crawled, half slid toward Ace. One bloody arm wrapped itself around Ace's leg.
You won't get away.
And the other gripped his thigh with strength that should have been long gone.
You son of a bitch! You're a monster! Get off me! Let me go, damn you!
He kicked at Snake with his free leg, driving his foot in Snake's face, his arm, his shoulder. It made no difference. Snake refused to release him. Once a snake has ensnared its prey, regularly does it release it.
This is it, Ace. We're going to burn to death together.
What?
Incineration will begin in 2 minutes.
Yeah, damn it! Damn you! Get off! Let me go, you monster! Okay, look. Think about it this way. My company owns a wonderful hospital. It has excellent doctors. You're not wounded too seriously. I'm sure they can fix you up easily.
Are you sure about that? You shot him like 6 times.
You don't have to die. You could be saved. Just let me go.
Pathetic. Begging for your life.
Then Seven and Lotus began to speak. Junpei could hear tears in their voices, and their words were strained.
Snake, that's enough. You can stop now.
Yes! He's right, Snake! You've done enough!
Come on, Snake, let's go. Let's get out of here.
I just want to try something. Okay, still it's not 9, okay.
You have to come with us. We have to leave together.
Snake turned toward him. He coughed and blood splattered across the floor. Then he smiled, a sad sort of smile.
I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't do that. You'd best forget about me. You need to leave soon. I'm going to take him with me.
Wait, that's the calculation I just did. Makes 2, and then there's the 0 bracelet, which is 6, so that makes 8, and then there's ace, which is 1, so that makes 5 people, and 5 people can go through. So that would mean they can go through, they can escape. And then Santa, what was Santa? I actually forgot Santa's number. What was it? Like there's the 2 bracelets back there, so maybe they can somehow go through as well, but I forget their numbers, so I'm not sure.
Shut up! Be quiet!
I couldn't save Clover. My sister died because of me. Perhaps this will begin to atone for that.
Come on, Snake, it was not your fault.
Perhaps in the afterlife, she can forgive me.
No.
Now go. Go now. You have to go.
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
God damn it! Shit! We're out of time! We gotta go!
So ran toward the exit. Lotus followed them, but Junpei couldn't move. There were white lines down Snake's cheeks, where his tears had washed the blood away. He was broken, body and soul, and Junpei felt as though half of his own heart had been torn out. His eyes stunk, and he tried desperately to swallow to clear the lump in his throat.
Junpei, what are you doing? You have to get out of here now!
Junpei's chest tightened, pulled taut by anger, misery, and a cold feeling of emptiness. Pure emotion surged through his heart, alongside the torrent of blood. He could feel it building, a tremendous wave growing taller and taller and taller. And then it broke, crashing down with thunderous force onto his shaken, unprepared mind.
Snake! Snake!
Junpei's rational mind was gone. He was driven by instinct now, and he launched himself across the floor at Snake and Ace. Or he tried to.
Wait! Don't be an idiot, Junpei!
He felt a hand grab him from behind. It was 7. Before he had time to react, the larger man had pinned Junpei's arms to his sides and was holding him bodily back towards the door.
No! No! I have to help Snake! 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 Get off of me! Let me go!
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 7, 6.
Damn it, I don't get a choice, kid! Don't blame me for this, alright?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I guess my theory was incorrect.
Phase 2 and 3 are locked down.
They just got out from where they came in instead of going through the door, I guess.
Beginning incineration.
Junpei felt Seven's first bury itself deep in his stomach, and then his legs turned to mush. Seven scooped him up in the same motion and leapt through the door. It slammed shut behind him. Junpei struggled to shake his feet. He glanced over to see Lotus only a short distance away. Junpei ran to the door.
He's...
There was a small window cut into it. Inside, he could see Ace and Snake.
Shit! Damn you all! Why? Why? Why me? I don't deserve this!
You fucking deserve it, you son of a bitch!
Answer me! Answer me, Zero! Why? Why? Zero! Zero!
I want to end the episode, but I'm not sure when this is going to end. Let me just check the flowchart. I guess there's still some time until it ends, but should I end the episode? Well, if it's too short, I'll just edit it and the other part onto this. So he didn't know how much time passed. He didn't know how long he stood there in front of the incinerator. He looked aside. Laura's face was ashen, and if not for the hand she put against the wall, Junpei didn't think she could have stood. Seven looked old and tired and used. His eyes stared at the floor, seeing nothing. Junpei said nothing. He simply began to walk toward the open door and the hallway they'd come down earlier.
Hey, wait! Junpei!
Junpei, where are you going?
He blinked when their voices broke the silence. He stopped.
You stay here. I'll go get Santa and June.
You're gonna bring them here?
How?
Don't worry about that. Just stay here and wait. All right?
How is he going to open the door? He began to walk again. He looked over his shoulder and watched Seven and Lotus grow smaller and smaller. They stared back, not moving. He wasn't sure if they could. He turned around again. He knew where he was going.
I saw an elevator on the way here. If I can get it to work, then maybe...
Before long, Junpei found himself in front of the elevator. Next to the door was a button with a triangle on it.
Please work.
He pushed it and the door opened.
Yes.
Junpei was in the large hospital room.
June! Santa!
He kept calling and walked to the center of the room. Where are they? But try as he might, he couldn't find them.
Damn it! Where did they go?
Increasingly frustrated and increasingly worried, Junpei left the large hospital room. He had no choice. He would have to look for them. Junpei's heart was heavy. He couldn't shake the feeling, but there was part of him that felt it would be wrong to, even if he could. With every step he took, his legs felt more and more like lead. Sometime later, Junpei found himself at the chapel. He stepped inside, expected to find nothing. But there, on the red carpet in the center of the room... June! No, codenames didn't matter any longer. She was Connie.
Connie!
Junpei cried her name and ran. What happened? Like lightning he ran across the room toward her.
Connie!
He stumbled to a stop. As he looked down at her body lying so still on the floor, he felt the icy grip of fear upon his heart. She was still, so very still. So I guess this time she just succumbed to her illness or whatever it was. But where is Santa?
No. It can't be. It's impossible.
By the way, I might seem emotionless at this point, but this is probably just another bad end, so that's why I'm not too worried. But if this is the true end, then, well, that's a one fucked up true ending there. Okay, maybe I should be more worried. Where's Santa? What happened to June? This is bad. Like, as if not enough happened already, then this happens. Okay, let's just continue to read. Slowly, Junpei bent down toward her. His hands shook, and he felt very cold and very hot at the same time. He forced himself to look. Her back was moving. Slowly, it rose and fell. Okay, she is alive. Relief washed over him.
Connie!
Junpei reached down and gently, very gently, lifted her up.
Connie, are you alright?
Jumpy?
It's the same music, I think, the same from the last bad ending. This is bad. Her face was pale, and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei, but saw nothing. Trembling, Junpei wrapped his arm around her back. She was cold, very cold. Junpei tried to convince himself that it was only his imagination, but she felt as though she were fading away. He could feel his heart pounding frantically in his chest.
Oh man, Connie, what the hell happened to you? You feel...
Jumpy, I'm sorry.
Her voice was very faint.
I might not make it.
No way, I am going to let you die. I am going to save you, I promise.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy.
Is this the same text? Like, did they just reuse the same text for a different scene?
Really happy.
Don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times.
Yeah, it's the same text. I wish they had done something different here.
You just gotta hang on, alright, Connie?
Jumpy, did you know you meant a lot to me when we were kids? I've liked you for a long time, Junpei. A really long time.
Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white hot flame. He looked down at Akane. Huh? What? There was a crack of static from above his head, and a voice spoke.
Zero. You son of a bitch! Where are you hiding?
Junpei frantically scanned the ceiling for the source of the voice. Okay, this is different.
What the hell are you talking about? No, it hasn't. I'm not gonna let it end yet. I'm gonna get out of here with Connie. Why? Because you chose the wrong path. The wrong path?
That is correct. Your path is inevitable, however. Admit defeat.
What?
The merely show
What are you talking about? I told you! I am not gonna lose!
What?
What?
Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before he heard the door slam shut behind him. He spun around. There was no one there. Was it Zero?
Connie, wait here. I'll be right back, I promise.
She managed a single nod. Junpei laid her bag down gently and left for the door. He yanked it open and shut outside. No one. The hall was empty. There was nothing moving anywhere.
Damn it. Where are you? It doesn't matter. I need to get Connie out first.
He didn't want to leave Connie alone any longer than he had to, so Junpei turned around and headed back to the chapel.
Connie!
She wasn't there. She wasn't anywhere. She'd been lying there on the floor just moments before, and now she was gone.
Oh God! No! No! Where is she? Connie! 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 Connie!
His cries split the heavens themselves. He screamed until his voice gave out. Then he screamed some more, but there was nothing. No answer. His voice faded away, and all that remained was cold, unfeeling silence. That was when he noticed it.
Huh?
A strange smell, one he'd smelled before.
Wait, this is...
It's the gas.
White smoke.
9 seconds later, Junpei's mind winked out. Huh. Interesting. So what does that mean? Like, did they get put on in another nonary game or something? With their memories wiped? Maybe? I don't know. What happens? Kotaro Ushikoshi, of course. Huh. Well, I'm just going to let this play out. Huh, so... yeah, we learned a lot of stuff in this ending. But I guess this was not the true end either. This is probably just another bad end. This ending was really interesting though, really. I enjoyed it. We learned a lot of stuff. And the events themselves were pretty interesting as well. I wonder what the other ones are going to be like. The end. Or is it? I see. Well, chance of loss is not 0. Seek a way out. Seek a door that plays a line. I guess this is the opening thing again. I want to watch this again because I don't remember the first time I watched it. Now it is time. Let our game begin. Okay, that was short. Huh. So this is a safe ending, I guess. As in, not safe, but like the object safe. What does this mean? What is this icon? Huh. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this episode here and just start the next episode right away and continue playing. So, yeah, let me open the save screen first. Yeah, thank you guys for watching and see you in the next episode. Bye.